back in the bus. And as we learned from last week's video, reaching out to a bunch of our friends, we're taking their advice and we're starting from the back of the bus, going to the front of the bus.
So what's in the back? It is a closet and an office space.
Oh, we didn't cut off the...
No, really? I was like, why is this so bad? Because we didn't cut off that little bit.
Boy, is it nice out. It's 55 degrees in the bus right now.
And we thought it was going to be freezing. We took our little vacation over that cold snap. If you're in the US, you probably know what we're talking about, where it got like really, really cold, some polar vortex thing. And we got a little bit worried because it was so cold.
So I wanted to plan ahead, and one thing I've been thinking about is redundancy in our heating system, so no matter where we're at in the bus, we always have a way to stay warm.
Earlier this week, it had been negative 13 outside. I knew that I needed a way to make sure that I could keep Mella and the cats warm, regardless of what kind of climate we were in. Long term in the bus, we want to be able to heat with electric, or if the electric goes out, to heat with diesel. So I've got this little diesel heater we picked up. They're available pretty inexpensively. Now, one of the reasons I want to go with this diesel heater, they call it an all-in-one heater, meaning it has the gas tank, it has the exhaust, it has everything all in one unit. A little help from my dad, we went about modifying the diesel heater, testing it out in the cold. Just for now, we're going to go ahead and hook it up out here on the ladder. I'm going to bungee it up so it doesn't fall down, of course. Just running it through a little piece of insulation through the front little window. Now, I did buy a carbon monoxide detector because I want to keep everyone alive. But it also has a temperature gauge. It's about 28 out today. I'm gonna let this thing run. I'm excited to see if we can heat this bus up. Just to give you an idea of how cold it has been in the bus, there's ice in the steps from when we walked in here a week and a half ago. That's still solid chunks of ice.
But now, it's like a high of 55 degrees outside.
That's 70 degrees difference from last week.
So we actually have the bus door open. We'll probably open up some windows because this feels like amazing.
Plan is pull off these first, use them as templates.
Leaving that one in the front?
Yeah, sending it off to paint it again. So for our closet build, we have very specific design that we've kind of sketched out. We've got it down to like estimated inches, but as we've known from building thus far, until you get into the space, you're not really gonna know exactly how things are gonna fit. So if you've seen anybody build buses or vans, they will use cardboard and try to build something out of cardboard as their template. For our scribe, I've got an old protractor that I found, and we've stopped it off with a little piece of wood and some tape.
Is that it's getting this already.
Yeah,
so
we gotta cut that part.
Maybe we should just cut this one off at that line and then add the next one. Yeah, it's looking pretty good.
All right, so let's do the bottom part. Now we're talking.
There's still a gap here.
Okay.
And then this, I'm not really happy with this.
I know, we'll fix that.
So we've got a basic template now.
I'm gonna cut a little slightly wider than this so that we can sand it down and hopefully get it snug into place.
Okay, so we're gonna shave off a little bit
on the top neck. I think it's gonna go.
So you're just gonna shave a little more off?
I don't know if I need to. I think I'm just gonna pound it.
Just pound it more?
But I need to put the pocket holes in
first.
Feel good about it?
Yeah, if you can pound it into a straight line.
Pounding, it's one of my specialties.
Don't say that. Go a tiny bit more put into that square. So I was trying to get something straight in something that isn't straight. It looks straight to me. I don't look at it and go like, oh, that's good.
Super solid.
It's a Jamiroquai song. Super solid, isn't it?
It is?
Oh no, it's supersonic. Supersonic.
Okay.
Did you do it?
That's it. But because of the length, but we're gonna put braces across all kinds of places, so
yeah,
we should be okay.
Awesome. Look at that.
So I'm just taking our estimates and drawing them so that I can make sure everything's right.
We've got these baskets. This is what we're using for our clothes in our closet. We use the rolling system with our clothes. So they'll be on the shelf like that.
It's better than the other one.
Yeah.
A little more finessing, but it's fitting better. It's a tighter fit.
Okay.
Super solid. We're back in the bus this morning. It's a little cooler than it was. It got down to 20 something last night, so we do have the heater going. And it's warmed up already. I've only been running about 15 minutes. It's raised the temperature about 10 degrees. Back in the closet. Now we're gonna make our bracing for our shelves.
Ta-da!
Does it stay on its own?
Yes. Oh my goodness. It's gone up like 20 degrees and I don't know how long we've been here. 20 minutes? We're using a combination of checking with the level and the square tools when we build this. The bus isn't exactly level, so if we put this level onto the ground, it's not quite level, but if we put this little wood lath underneath, that is what is level. So we're kind of just matching our shelves to the bus floor.
One shelf down. 7 to go.
And it is now 72 in here.
That heater is great.
So all the snow is melting. which means there's a lot of water and there's a lot of mud. So basically we have a ton of mud outside of the bus, so we have this kind of obstacle course that we walk on to get back to the house to try keep our shoes as mud free as possible. All right, let's go have lunch.
Let's make another one that size. Good? So I have a small problem in that our mini split, which we plan to go in this space, although it physically fits, it doesn't meet the manufacturer's specifications because it says it needs 4 to 6 inches at the top and 80 inches at the bottom.
Which is impossible. There's no ways for us to have 80 inches below us because the bus isn't tall enough for that.
So, since it's not possible to do it with the 80 inches at the bottom, what I'm thinking is, it's a bus, we gotta be flexible. I'm okay with 2.5, 3 inches at the top.
Oh boy.
Oh, we didn't cut off the...
Oh, really? I was like, why is this so bad? Because we didn't cut off that little bit.
Let's do some fun stuff.
What's fun? Make some shelving?
Yeah. Alright, before we do another one, let's see if this just magically fits up here.
It's better up here.
Oh, there you go.
That way, and this one goes this way, right? So for the shelving, we're using pre-finished handy panel, is what they call it. All the bracing we're gonna paint white so it looks nice, but the actual shelf itself has got this pre-finished look. It fits!
You doubt me so much. You'll also notice that the baskets have only about 1.5 inches right here, which is so the cats don't climb into them.
What happened here? Oh, guess who's in my clothes? Alright, we're getting somewhere. This shelf we've done a little differently because we've talked about this hatch that needs to be accessible. So this brace right here can just simply be unscrewed, it won't be glued in, and these pieces will just be able to come out so that whoever is working on there, hopefully it never happens, but if they do have to get in there, this can all just easily come out. So I'm going to do a little stain test today. Alright, first impressions. I don't care for it on the birch wood, but I love it on the cheap plywood and on our knotty pine planks that we used in our ceiling and we're going to use in our walls.
We're going to make our support structure that's going to go across this area right here. That is what the mini split mounts onto, so it has to be pretty sturdy. The tricky part's going to be this curve at the top. Interesting. Look at that.
Oh, you went for all the ridges and everything. Oh, goodness me.
That should do it.
So we cut it out, pre-finished handy panel, and put it on our bottom shelf. And we've cut out for the hatch handles to go in, but we've just glued it down and we're letting that dry. We're gonna paint everything white, make it look good, and then start putting things in and gluing them down.
Day 3 for the third coating of paint for the closet.
Hi.
How's it going?
Slow process, but I like it. After a couple of days of painting and staining and letting it dry, we are ready to put the closet all together. That's better.
Ta-da! It's coming together.
Nice, huh?
Yeah.
It's done. This will be the mini split. It will be mounted in here. And these are just our bonus baskets for whatever we need. And they hit the lip when they come forward. But they will stay pushed out of the way of the mini split. Then we have a row of baskets for clothes. One will be for me. Once you pull it out, there's another one hidden in the back. Plenty storage for clothes. I used to think this would be too small, but we've been minimalist for the past 2 years, and that's a ton of space. We even put our clothes in the baskets to make sure we had enough of them, and they fit perfectly. So one row for me, one row for Don, and a little bit of hanging space. We don't have a lot of hanging clothes. We wanted to have the odd nice shirt that didn't get creased. Down below, there will be a dedicated cat basket for cat napping. We're gonna put some shoes in here too. We're gonna have some sort of shoe rack thing, which we haven't quite figured out. If you got any ideas for shoe rack, something, not just a tub that you throw them in, but something you kind of hook your shoes into. Comment below, we'd love to see your ideas. And this will be our laundry jute, which we'll stuff underneath there. We haven't put this trim on. We've been playing with different finishings for this edge, and I think we're just gonna go with some nice shiny silver metal, and we're just gonna get a bigger piece to go on there. And we've got our little handles, doesn't work with a glove on, little handles on here so that we can lift this up to access the hatch underneath, and this would all just lift up with it. There's an odd shaped place up here. I don't know what we're gonna put in there yet, but probably find some kind of use for it. This is just the, you know, clothes closet side in the back here. On the other side is going to be Don's desk and storage for other tech gear stuff. And Don's desk, he picked out this espresso colored stain for his desk. We wanted to bring that espresso color into the side to kind of tie it all together as one, and we're absolutely loving it. I think we've shown you the barnwood that we want to put here as like a feature trim piece running down the side of the bus, and we picked a really dark color. I think it really looks good. We're definitely going to keep bringing this in for little finishing things in the bus, because I love the contrast of the dark against the white, and the white still keeps everything nice and light and bright in here. And the bottom piece down here, we're wondering what to do. We were originally just going to have it white, and it hadn't been in here very long, and we were already scuffing it up, and we're like, oh, that's a terrible idea. This area is going to get scuffed up really easily. We should do something else here. So we brought back in our planks that we put on the ceiling, but we just gave them the same dark stain so they'll be a little less noticeable as if they get scuffed up.
This area here is going to be where my desk starts, and the tech area for music and computers and cameras and things like that. But before we can get to that, we need to get the final walls up on the bus so that we can build on top of them.
But we'll share that with you next time. So you stink or I stink? But we should start preparing our interior build and make sure we can get some air conditioning. So we should get the interior build going. This is the wrong way. How did that happen?
Looks like we zigged when we should have zagged.
Do you remember when I told you that we needed to figure this out first, otherwise I'd be mad?
You have to be able to improvise on these things, honey.
You gotta be flexible when you're building things, you know? Things are gonna go wrong. And you just have to learn to be flexible.
To move on, yeah.
Dawn, come on.